Hello RuneScape fans, and welcome to another edition of Quick Lore, and the first in a new series devoted to the gods of RuneScape. This time we're going to be focusing on everyone's favourite blue meanie, Saradomin. Before we start though, I want to make it clear that this is quick lore, i.e. the vast RuneScape mythos condensed down into easily digestible chunks for people that either don't want to read or haven't got the time to learn every minute detail. This means that I won't be mentioning every single character, and sometimes I may miss certain aspects out, but I will be covering the main points of whatever I'm talking about, enough to form a starting point. Now that that's out of the way, let's get going. Background. Saradomin is the god of order and wisdom, with a huge, mostly human following. The majority of his followers see him as the deity of light and goodness. However, time after time, Saradomin has shown himself to be brash, quick to anger, and relentless in his pursuit of order. He can then very much be considered a ends justify the means kind of guy. His symbol is that of a four-pointed star, probably inspired by the symbol on his crown. Early history. Before his ascension, Saradomin was a human justicar on the plane of Naragi, essentially meaning that he chased down criminals. One day, while doing his job, he stumbled upon an unexplored cave containing the Crown Archival, an Elder artifact that has the advantage of allowing its user to locate the other Elder artifacts, with the drawback that any being in possession of those other artifacts can also trace the Crown owner. Saradomin used the Crown's power to track down a couple of unowned artifacts and used them to create a universal government on Naragi. He did this by choosing one person from each warring tribe to become a magister. The peace that this move brought out led Naragi into a golden age, and Saradomin took his place as god. Naragi God Wars. I've covered this briefly in previous videos. You can click on the little eye to go watch, but soon after ascending to godhood, Saradomin began exploring the multiverse and ended up on a realm known as naragun. Because he's such a good guy, Saradomin demanded that the Naragi worship him unconditionally. When they didn't, he threw a hissy fit, transforming himself into a huge blue giant the size of a mountain and smushed the city of Ascroft before building an army and trying to conquer the realm. All this ruckus led to the arrival of other gods such as Tusker and Skargaroth. The battles that these three had decimated Naragun and most of its inhabitants, except for one, a mortal known as Guffix. That's for another video though. With the damage done, Saradomin scampered from Naragun in search of greener, less obliterated pastures. Arrival on Gielinor. Saradomin arrived on Gielinor during the Second Age, arriving on the island of Entrana, now where the Law Altar is. He began just taking territory for himself, as did pretty much every other god that arrived around this time. Many of the gods went to war with each other, but their battles are only considered scuffled compared to what comes next. One of Saradomin's followers managed to steal the Elder Staff from one of the other gods, Armadil, and a whole bunch of silly buggers happens, and the staff ends up in the hands of Zamorak, a rogue Zerosian follower who used the staff to defeat his former master and ascend to godhood. Saradomin and the other gods banish Zamorak from the realm and confiscate his Elder artifact, the Stone of Jazz. This is when crap really hits the fan. The God Wars. Inevitably, Zamorak returns from his banishment only to find that his precious belonging, the Stone of Jazz, has been taken from him. He declared a bloody war on Saradomin and the other gods who he believed wronged him. This led to Saradomin losing control over the largest bit of territory he owned, the country known as Hallowvale, now modern-day Mauritania. Eventually, Zamorak laid waste to the region of Ferintfri, I think that's how you say it, awakening Guffix and leading to the banishment of all gods from Gielinor. It's known that Saradomin retreated to the Icianic realm and began to build a better relationship with them, not without losing focus on his goal of returning to Gielinor, however. The Battle of Lumbridge. Remember how I said that Saradomin didn't lose focus on getting back to his favoritist realm in all of the multiverse? This is evident by the fact that immediately after Guffix dies and the edicts are broken, Saradomin is right back in there, like swimwear. A couple months after Guffix's death, Zamorak manages to make his way back to Gielinor and decides to be his pesky little scampy self by planning to harvest the remaining dregs of Guthix's power. Saradomin rises up to meet him, intending to use Guthix's power for himself, and the two gods lock horns. The gods fought for weeks, with Saradomin eventually winning out. The crater left by the battle has only just been repaired years later. The Wand of Resurrection. This part of the story takes place during the Death of Chivalry quest, so if you're bothered about spoilers at all, I would skip ahead. Now, during his battle with Zamorak, an avatar of Saradomin appears to the adventurer and a white knight known as Sir Owen, and tasks you with obtaining the Wand of Resurrection, a powerful wand that can bring the dead back to life. Big Blue plans to use its power to resurrect a large amount of centaurs that had fallen during the God Wars. He also mentions that his actions on Naragun were a mistake and he regrets them. I feel like waging war and trying to conquer a realm isn't exactly an accident, but that's besides the point. The Wand of Resurrection then can be seen as a way for Big Blue to make up for his errors and try to replace some of the lives that his warmongering has lost over the years. By the end of the quest, Sir Owen is dead, and Saradomin tries to revive him using the wand, only for this to backfire, instead raising a half-corrupted version of Owen. This happens as the wand appears to view Saradomin as unworthy, though it is never explained, as far as I know, why this is the case. And there we go. That's enough information for you to get a feel of what Saradomin's about, and, you know, what he's been up to over the years. If you enjoyed the video, then please give it a like and share with your friends. Please also subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this one. I've been Vamoria, thank you for watching.